All right.
You ready?
Yeah, pretty much. I gotta be ready.
All right, I'm gonna let you listen to Mitch's sweet voice.
Okay.
The following is a paid program. Views and claims expressed are those of the program producer and are not endorsed by this station. Opinions expressed are not necessarily those of radio station KMET, its management, employees, or affiliates.
That's right. It's the morning show here on ABC News Radio, KMET 1490 AM. Joining our live stream audience there, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Periscope TV, LinkedIn Live, and much, much more. We're glad to have each and every one of you with us. On today's show, we've got some interesting conversations to be had. Parkinson's disease. Did you know that each year more than 60,000 people are newly diagnosed with Parkinson's? We're going to have a special interview with John L. Lair, who's the president and CEO of the Parkinson's Foundation, and Liz Brouillard, who is actually dealing with Parkinson's disease. She was diagnosed at the age 46. We'll be talking about some campaigns that are currently going on, as well as 5 steps to live better today with Parkinson's disease, and a community of people that are always able to answer your questions and or sometimes surround yourself with in order to deal with that. Also, we'll be talking about other people that are currently dealing with it. The one that comes to my mind most readily is Michael J. Fox, of course, who has to deal with that quite regularly. And that man is certainly... well, he's been doing a lot or behind the scenes and in front of the scenes to make sure that people are aware of it. And of course, is such a great, humble man. Joining us, of course, is Jesse Sanchez over there. Good morning, Jesse.
Good morning.
So Parkinson's disease. Do you know anybody that has or is struggling with that?
I do not. I had no clue what that is. And when you mentioned Michael J. Fox, I remembered kind of what it is, but not exactly.
Yeah. It's no fun for anybody having to go through with it. He has a much more pronounced version of it than most. Some have. Yesterday, I actually saw a gentleman who was struggling with it at Tommy Burgers, and nice elderly gentleman as well. And I felt terrible for him. But you've seen other ones that often. They can't stay still. And like I said, some have more advanced versions and different versions of that. But we'll be talking about that around the corner. If you or someone is currently dealing with that, definitely tune in. We'll get the information from them around the corner. Also, Tara Sweenan is going to be joining us. She's the LA-based fashion stylist to the star. She's going to be joining us a little bit later as well and tell us how to find looks in your wardrobe that are good for especially any time of day. She's going to share some top looks using sustainable style and explain what that means and how brands are supporting that as well. She has people like Kristen Stewart, Julie Bowen, Allison Janney, Lana Condor, and Matthew McConaughey. So she kind of knows her thing when it comes to fashion and wardrobe, especially with not just the women, but the gentlemen too. So I'm excited about this as well. Let's see. In social media land, let's do a quick shout out to those tuning in. Let's see who's in there. We've got Angela tuning in. And if you're listening on our radio app, whether it be at KMET 1490 AM, the beautiful app that we have that you can find by just downloading it, and if you did already, or on SoundCloud. I know some of you listen in on that. Some of you also join us on the Alexa. And so we appreciate that. So thank you. We got Angela Arahu says, good morning. What day is it? Today is a day of none other than Thursday. Yes, the 8th. I know sometimes it feels like she used a camel emoji. So I don't know if she thought it was hump day. It's not hump day. That was yesterday, technically. So you just got to catch up. Let's see. Stephanie Reed says, hello, happy editing this glorious sunny day for today's awesome, busy, and happy day ahead. Very good. Let's see. Rosalie there. Thank you. And Maria tuning in. Thank you so very much. All right. So National Day of Sorts, National All Is Ours Day, National Empanada Day, National Zoo Lovers Day, National Alcohol Screening Day. Which of these will you celebrate today, Jesse?
Ooh, an empanada sounds good, actually. I'm not going to lie.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I love empanadas. Who doesn't?
You could go for one right now. Okay, so I'm gonna actually take you up on National Alcohol Screening Day, because this is not.
There are a lot of alcoholics in our world.
There are. Addiction impacts not only the person, but their jobs, families, and communities. Screening is a large part of outreach programs. Now, this is according to these screening centers will be located at colleges, military installations, designated businesses, and selected government agencies. Screenings are available online at alcoholscreening.org. If you or someone you know struggles with alcohol dependence, online screenings are always available. And you're probably wondering, why would I do that? Taking an alcohol screening test requires no commitment. It allows each individual to choose to pursue counseling as well. So I'm going to just take you for a minute, because I think, every one of us, and especially in this time, sometimes we need to kind of, verify whether or not, because I've heard it said, I can stop when I want to. And that's fine. That's good. I appreciate that. What I especially appreciate are those that, at least acknowledge that they have a situation, in their own hemisphere. Does that make sense? Like, know where your current weakness is at, right? If you have one. Some people think they don't have a weakness. I think we all have weaknesses, right? So here it is, alcoholscreening.org. What will you find there? It says, thinking about drinking, curious about what's healthy. Over 1 million people have taken the quiz to better understand their drinking patterns. Answer just a few questions and will provide health and risk guidelines related to your drinking. So you can get started right there. I'm going to go ahead and get started right there. Let's see. Please answer these few questions to get started. So number 1, interested in understanding your drinking patterns or thinking about changing your drinking? A, I'm just curious about what's healthy. B, I'm starting to get worried about my drinking and I'd like more information. C, I think my drinking could be a problem. I'd like more information. Or D, while I'm not at all that worried about my drinking, others think it's a problem for me. So I'm just following up to find out more information. Which will you choose, Jesse?
Let's see. I'm just curious about what's healthy.
Yeah, okay. I'll pick that one. All right, let's go with that one. Your sex. Well, that one's easy. Male only. My zip code. Okay, sure, why not? All right, enter that. Okay, in the past month, what's the largest number of drinks that you have had on any one day? You have 0, so I'm going to put.
Yeah, I have 0. So
yeah, you have no drinking problem. Okay, I'm going to put 1. I had one the other day. I went to Lucille's and I had a Hefeweizen. It was so good. And I asked for a little bit and they gave me a big jar. I feel like a jug. And I was like, now I look like an old wino. All right. In the past month, how many times have you had 5 or more drinks on one occasion? In the past month. Well, I never do, but you might see what I'm saying. So now you have, so I'm going to put 0 because that's true to me. On average, how many days a week do you have an alcoholic drink? Pretty average. 0. Okay. And on a typical drinking day, how many drinks do you have? Pretty much 0. Let's see. And there you go. According to your age and sex, this places you at low risk. Yay. All right. I won. No recommended limits for safe drinking. No more than 4 drinks on any one occasion. Did you know that? And no more than 14 drinks per week. That's safe drinking. I didn't even know those numbers were there. So if you find yourself like, whoa, I actually have more whenever I go out, or wait a minute, I have many more drinks than 14. That's like a slow day or a slow week. Then, there's a situation there. So hopefully, you find that as helpful to you, and, or you can give that information out to somebody that that you love, and, or say, hey, let's do this together. Let's just see. And I'll do it with you. You do it with me. And then maybe that'll be a good question answer situation for the both of you. So there you go. Again, it says these guidelines are for otherwise healthy individuals who do not suffer from medical conditions or take medications that might make drinking any alcohol potentially hazardous to your health. Then there's that. And then they have next steps, and then they have information there. And it goes into a lot more of that. And then it goes into what you could do from there. So alcoholscreening.org, it's there. It's available for you. I think this is a great tool. I've had friends and I don't know how to broach the subject with them. And I think it's one to have, especially if you care about the individual and you go, how do we get help for this person? Because sometimes that in and of itself, sometimes it's a family member and you're like, how do we help one another? So there's other ways as well, but acknowledging it and or moving forward from whatever is happening, that could probably be a good little kind of unbiased, quick little factoid situation, which, at least getting help is better than nothing at all. Right, Jesse?
Yes, it does not hurt to ask for help, and it does not make you weak to ask for help.
Yeah, exactly. Maria says this, I don't party hard no more, so I am safe on it too. I drink a glass of wine here and there, though. And there you go. Very good. And let's see. You say Dr. Pepper. And then here's Rosalie says, I was drinking every single day, but I haven't had a drink in almost a year. Bad for keto. Yay, me, I think, but I have taken up drinking Jack Daniel's coffee. No alcohol, just infused. Even though it's good, it doesn't substitute. All right, so there you go. Be open, be honest, and there you go. All right, we got to take a quick break here on the morning show. When we get back, we're going to be talking about sustainable fashion. What does that mean? What does that look like? More right after these messages. Stay tuned.
Decades ago, scientists discovered why Greenland Eskimos maintain healthy hearts despite their high-fat diets. The high level of omega-3 oils in their seafood diet protected their hearts. Carlson Norwegian fish oil provides those important omega-3 oils. The same omega-3s from cold water fish support maximum brain power, immune strength, joint comfort, and our vision too. Carlson, the very finest fish oil, is a valuable source of the important omega-3s, EPA and DHA. Each teaspoon provides a full 1,600 milligrams of omega-3s. And its purity is guaranteed. Try it on salads and popcorn. It tastes like lemon, not fishy. As for Carlson, the very finest fish oil, at finer health food stores today.
KMET AM 1490 presents Beaumont High School football. This Saturday night, April 10th at 5 p.m., Beaumont meets Citrus Valley in a Citrus Belt League game. Live from Don Smith Field in Beaumont. I'm Mitch McClellan. Join Brett Malik, Scott Reed, and me as the Cougars meet the Blackhawks. Beaumont High School football broadcasts are sponsored by Del Taco Beaumont, Top Line Industrial Supply, Little & Sons Insurance Services, the Sandtrap Sports Bar and Grill, AC Propane, Donut Delight, Cherry Valley Nursery and Landscape Supply, Truckworks, La Michoacana, Scott's Headers and Mufflers, Pericone Juices, Ramona's Mexican Restaurant, and Class Axe Auto Body. That's Beaumont football action this Saturday night at 4:45 for the pregame show, live from Beaumont on your home for Cougars football, KMET AM 1490.
We're in the studio with Fred Penny, managing attorney with Penny & Associates Injury Lawyers. Fred, tell us what makes you the number one choice for handling personal injury cases.
Most of our firm is made up of former insurance company trial lawyers with extensive experience handling all types of personal injury matters. We believe that gives us a distinct advantage.
That's Penny & Associates Injury Lawyers with locations throughout California. For a free consultation, go to pennyandassociates.com or call 1-800-616-4-LAW. That's 1-800-616-4-LAW.
Welcome back. Yes, it is the morning show here on ABC News Radio, KMET 1490 AM. Joining each and every one of you on social media. Appreciate you as well. We got our next guest getting ready to go over there. And are they ready there, Jesse? Okay, cool. Joining us right now is somebody that knows a lot about fashion. I mean, oftentimes I always say, hey, if you can dress for success and dress for the red carpet, then you can do it all. But the question really of the day is, are you able to always dress appropriately and or with sustainable style? Tuning in with us right now is somebody that has, she's not new to this. Okay, it's not like she just picked it up and says, you know what, I feel like I want to do this now. I'm talking about somebody that knows exactly what she's talking about. Tara Sweenan, who is a celebrity stylist. Good morning, welcome to the show, Tara.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Oh, no, thanks for joining us. Look, I understand. I already kind of previewed some of what you know, because I meet different stylists all the time, but I rarely meet anybody that actually helps out Matthew McConaughey with his style.
That is, in fact, something I do.
Which is good. Let's talk about sustainable fashion, though. And how do you achieve that?
Well, the main thing with sustainable fashion is to create inspirational and aspirational fashion without sacrificing or exploiting the environment and its workers. So essentially, it's a movement that's fostering change towards a greater, ecological integrity and social justice. And the most important takeaway is that individual actions can really help contribute as a force for good, even when you're just shopping for a t-shirt, for instance.
Yeah, I'm glad you said that because sometimes, I'm not gonna lie, I'm the kind of guy that goes in. I think a lot of us are that way. That we go in and we see what we want, we will leave. But sometimes, like when I go with somebody that knows fashion, they go, well, "How would this look on you?" Or "How would this look on you?" I go, "I would never wear that." They go, "Well, try it on." I go, "Okay," it actually makes me feel good. But Nordstrom has it going on, and I love Nordstrom. I love all the varieties of Nordstrom. How do we do it going to Nordstrom?
Well, they have made it super, super easy, as they have really been an amazing brand that's focused on meaningful progress to improve their sustainability, not only of their own operations, but of course of their product value chain. And so I partnered with them this month to help them with their sustainable style filter, which is a filter that you find at Nordstrom.com. It makes it so informational and so easy to find products that align with your values. So they gave me the keys to the kingdom for the month, and they let me curate a dozen menswear and women's wear looks that all fall into their sustainable style category. And in order to qualify for that category, they have to have at least one of these three things. It is either responsibly manufactured or packaged, it uses sustainably sourced or responsibly sourced materials, or it has a give back component with each purchase. So every single piece, whether you buy a full outfit or just something to subsidize, something to mix and match with your own wardrobe, you know that you are using your power for something, bigger than just that item.
Now, okay, so look, you're talking about things that I think a lot of people want and need. What are some, first of all, fall? I'm sorry, I'm thinking fall already, but we're going into summer, right? Because you plan ahead, what, 2 or 3 seasons?
Yes, on the runways, yes. But for spring, we have a lot of fun trends coming in. I think obviously everyone's been getting used to wearing their floppy athleisure for over a year. And hopefully people are excited to sort of get reacquainted with the rest of their wardrobe. So you'll see a lot of fun trends this spring, everything from colorful sorbets and yellows and camels to, mini skirts are all the rage. Wide jeans are all the rage. A lot of loose fitting suiting, because I think a lot of us still don't want to feel constricted just yet. But all of these things are available at Nordstrom.com, and they really have a wonderful wide variety. So my great suggestion is to go check it out, or of course check out, my sustainable trunk when it releases on April 19th.
Well, okay, and I'm actually looking at some of the fashion there, the hats, the jackets. I'm all for a jacket, a really cool jacket as well. And I see the handbags. Any suggestions for the ladies in the handbags? Because Nordstrom's never short of handbags, I'll tell you that.
They're right now, this sort of what they call a fling bag is very popular, which is sort of this lightweight, just throw on. Obviously your sort of bigger totes are always going to be all the rage, just for functionality purposes. But again, anything that you can find that uses sustainably sourced materials, always great. In one of my looks, we used a mulberry black sort of mini satchel that is made in factories that meet sort of higher environmental or social standards. Just really, I don't know, bags is always something where I'm just like, just carry one. At this point, it's always a great accessory, a great way to pop a color in an outfit. It's sort of like the quintessential item for women and for men these days.
Yeah, I hear that. We're getting some comments in the commentary section. Maria says, I dress for comfort, not to keep up with everyone. I do love a good sale at times. And then Rosalie Huerta says on social media, I love shopping, getting dressed up every day, even if no one is going to see me. If I can't drink, I might as well be a shopaholic. And then Maria says, I have a purse addiction. I own like over 200 at the moment. She's tuning in from Canada. Any suggestions there for our audience?
Well, I mean, listen, as much as I sort of want to support the industry and, tell everybody to go out and shop, I think the important thing when it comes to sustainability is also to get creative with the pieces that you have, right? So obviously shop for longevity, shop, with sustainability in mind, but also remember to utilize the clothes that you have in new and fun, creative ways. So whether that be, mixing and matching new things, re-dyeing them, repurposing them, bringing them to, the tailor for a quick chop, anything like that's really cool. And then obviously, one of the biggest things that people forget about is after you're done using your clothes, right? So you always want to think about what you do to give them a second life, whether that's donating them or doing maybe like a clothing swap party with friends. Really get creative on how you can dispose of it, because really the one main thing that you want to avoid is creating more waste. We don't want it to end up in a landfill as quickly as we normally do. So try and keep it around as long as possible.
Got it. Very, very interesting. Before we let you go, I obviously, you mentioned something. I love to shop at Nordstrom and Nordstrom Rack. I find great deals all the time going to both places. But back to what you're saying, because some people, are stuck at home, they're on Zoom meetings and they're, just like, whatever, I got to do this or that. Why is it important to just, have fun whenever you get on like a virtual media platform?
For sure. I mean, listen, the Nordstrom Trunk Club is really ingenious. You simply go on, you complete a style quiz, you share with them your size, your style, your budget, and your fit preferences. And then they have a team of stylists that use data science to pick a tailored selection of outfits according to, your input. And then they share a preview with you. They ship it to you. You have 5 days to try it on, prance around, do a little fashion show for your family in the comfort of your own home. Keep what you love and then ship everything back. So if that's an easier way for you to feel more comfortable, I love that idea. And then, of course, on the 19th, you can access my sustainably curated look. So definitely a fun way to shop these days.
Awesome. I'm going to go do the questionnaire there, take my style quiz. I didn't even know that I had a quiz to take. So I want to say thank you again for spending time with us here on the morning show. Congratulations on doing all you're doing. How do we follow your stuff as well? What do we put in?
As far as my social media, you mean?
Yeah. How do we find you? All the info.
Oh, at Tara Swennen, at Tara Swennen.
Awesome. Tara, thank you very much for spending time with us.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right. Tara Swennen, everybody. Go check her out online at Tara Swennen. We got to take a quick break. We'll be back. Parkinson's disease. That's a very interesting topic. We'll talk about that next here on The Morning Show. Stay tuned.
Tried shipping a package lately? It's amazing how difficult and time-consuming it can be. Packing envelopes, boxes, second-day ground, next-day air, it's all enough to give you a headache. Next time, do yourself a favor, go with the pros at the UPS store in Beaumont. They'll pack it right and let you know all your shipping options. You can also take care of everyday tasks like copies, faxing, notary services, and live scan fingerprinting. And while you're there, pay your Edison, gas company, and Verizon bills. Open extended hours Monday through Saturday. The UPS store in Beaumont, located in the Oak Valley Plaza at 1440 Beaumont Avenue. Call 951-769-5956. That's 951-769-5956. Online at the upsstorelocal.com/5027 or Google 5027.
Do you need a car? Been shopping only to be turned down because of bad credit, low credit, no credit, bankruptcy, or divorce? Guess what? Today's your lucky day, because now you can buy a car, truck, or SUV, just about any vehicle. It's true. Bad credit doesn't matter. No credit doesn't matter. Bankruptcy or divorce, it just doesn't matter. As a matter of fact, your job is your ticket to your new vehicle. We're Auto Credit Express, and we've helped thousands of people just like you. Antonio H. told us, great company, got me connected, and the day I went in, I drove off in the car I wanted. 100% worth your time. Need a car? Get started now and drive off as early as today. Just go to 12ignoremyscore.com right now. That's www.12ignoremyscore.com. Auto financing the easy way. 12ignoremyscore.com. Get started today. Auto financing the easy way.
For all you truck and RV enthusiasts, TruckWorks right here in Banning is your one-stop shop for the best diesel performance and overall truck and RV needs. Whether you're towing, racing, off-road, or just cruising around town, TruckWorks specializes in truck and RV service, maintenance, repair, and performance upgrades for every light and medium-duty truck manufacturer. Bring it down to Terry and the guys at TruckWorks. Call 951-922-4776 or visit their website at mydieseldown.com today.
Welcome back. Yes, it is the morning show here on ABC News Radio, KMET 1490 AM. We're talking about Parkinson's disease. Each year, more than 60,000 people are newly diagnosed with the actual disease. And joining us right now are two very amazing people, each in their own right. We've got Elizabeth Brouillard, who is a social worker and clinical director at a nonprofit outpatient mental health clinic in Massachusetts, who actually works to educate newly diagnosed people with Parkinson's and their family members. She was diagnosed with young onset Parkinson's disease in 2018 at the age of 46. We've also got the Parkinson's Foundation, John L. Lair, with us. Good morning. Welcome to the show, both of you.
Hello. Thanks for having us.
Pleasure.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's see. I can I go to you, Elizabeth, really quick, and your story, because I think your story resonates with a lot of people out there, that when they hear of this, it's one thing, but when they have to experience it for the very first time, there's all kinds of things that must go through the mindset. And I have to ask, how are you doing right now?
Right now, I'm actually doing really well because I'm doing a lot of things to manage my disease. But when I was diagnosed in 2018 at 46, and it's considered young onset at that time, it was completely unexpected. I really felt like the rug had been pulled out from under my feet. The future that I thought I was going to have is now looking very different. So this is a disease that I have to live the rest of my life with. And one of the things that happened to me in being diagnosed, it wasn't something that was expected. I have no family history of it. I went to the doctor thinking maybe I had a pinched nerve in my neck. That's why I was having trouble with my right arm. But she looked at me and said, "You have Parkinson's disease. We're going to do a bunch of tests. I'm going to put you on some medication. Don't cry about it. And you should probably keep exercising." And that's really all the information that I got.
Ouch.
Pretty much nothing. And the Parkinson's Foundation found out, unfortunately, that my experience is not uncommon. Nearly 50% of people that are diagnosed with Parkinson's disease get no information from their doctor at the time of diagnosis. We have no idea what the future holds for us or even what we can do to manage the condition. So what they did to fill this gap in information is they created the newly diagnosed kit. And they worked with people with Parkinson's disease to figure out what are going to be the things that we need to know most at the time of diagnosis.
John, obviously you hear that. I mean, first of all, I would turn around to that person and say, okay, you don't cry about a big situation that would change your life as well. John, what are you guys doing over there at Parkinson's disease?
Yeah, so what we do is, well, first of all, our mission is really to help people live the best quality of life and have the best care possible. While we also invest in research and provide all sorts of educational materials for those living with, caring for, or just interested in knowing more about Parkinson's. I think Liz's example is not uncommon. We've done a survey that shows that 50% of people who are diagnosed leave the office with very little to guide them, forward on a very difficult disease. So we came up with a newly diagnosed initiative to make it relatively simple. It's 5 steps that you can take. Liz mentioned to me earlier that when you're diagnosed with Parkinson's, there can be an avalanche of information once you discover it. So we're just putting out there 5 very simple things for people to do to get started on their diagnosis, their journey with Parkinson's.
And again, Parkinson.org is where it's at. Very smart information. I'm going through the information right now. A lot of tools at your steady. Okay, so I got to ask you, Liz, really quick. Since then, though, have you felt like a champion for good by sharing your experience with others and or meeting others that share the same experience?
Absolutely. And actually, that's one of the steps in living better today with Parkinson's disease. So there's 5 steps. Determine what your goals are for what it means for you to live with Parkinson's disease. Find yourself a Parkinson's disease expert or a movement disorder specialist. Find someone to talk to and build a support community. And that's really part of what this does for me. I'm spreading the word. People are hearing about Parkinson's disease. They're going to know that they're not alone.
Right.
And that's why I started a support group for people living with Parkinson's. And then the other things that you can do are create healthy habits through nutrition, sleep, and stress reduction, and then be physically active. Exercise is a key component to managing the disease. So what people need to remember is they're not alone, and that even at a time when you feel that everything has been taken from you and that your life has sort of spun out of your control, there are things that you can do to feel empowered in living with the disease, and the Parkinson's Foundation is a huge part of that.
Hey, John, quick question. If you were in the same room and she had been diagnosed with that, what would you have told her right away?
What I would have said was Parkinson's Foundation can help you. Let me get you connected to people on our helpline, 1-800-4PD-INFO. That's 800-4PD-INFO. We've got trained experts in Parkinson's disease that could have helped Liz. I'd also say, look, let's get you in touch with we can help identify a practitioner in your where you live that give you some recommendations of some people that you can call, and then we would provided her with a bunch of information that would help her start on her journey. I mean, we are here to help people with a very difficult diagnosis.
Well, and I got a question: is all Parkinson's the same, or is it different?
No, it's really different. One thing we say over and over is that no two people have the same course of disease. Liz has young onset PD, which is less common than people who get it later in life. There's some genetic factors that lead to a diagnosis of Parkinson's. Many people have what's called idiopathic, which means fancy word for unknown origins. Some people have rapid onset of symptoms, some people don't. Some people have cognitive involvement, some people don't. So really a very complex disease.
Okay, so we're going to go get more information. I know you guys got a radio tour. Liz, thank you so very much for sharing your experience. And I hope that research gets to the point where we're going to be able to save you quicker and faster than normal.
Thank you.
All right. There it is. If you need more information, it's all available right there. Just go to Parkinson's Foundation. They have a lot of good information. I'm going to go there just really quick, just for those of you listening on the radio that may have not checked it out just yet. I'm going to share this with all of you because sometimes I say, go do it. And then we forget about it. So I'm going to share some information from here. The hotline or helpline there, if you or someone you know currently has been diagnosed, because there's some really, I will say, insensitive people out there that have to deal with diagnoses all the time. Or maybe they think they know better than you do. That is a shocking thing to hear that you're going to have to deal with, because those that know Parkinson's, or someone that has, you go, well, so I'm going to have to be shaking for the rest of my life. This isn't normal. There's a lot more understanding about that, and not two ways of care are exactly the same. So it's important to get more info. It's not a one-size-fits-all situation. If you want to call the helpline, it's 1-800-4PD-INFO. That's 1-800-4PD-INFO. That will connect you to the Parkinson's Foundation helpline there. They have resources. I think going to a trained expert on this is much better, much like if you have a neurological disease or all of a sudden you have tooth decay. You're going to go to a specialist that understands the latest and greatest on all this, which is why you're going to want to see this. So if you go to parkinsonsfoundation.org or parkinson.org, April is Parkinson's Awareness Month. They provide support resources to help people with Parkinson's disease and their care partners to know more about PD. But here's some testing your knowledge. Know more now. Here's a PD quiz. Are you ready, Jesse?
Yes, I am.
All right. Let's see. Where's it at? Hold on. I'm looking it up for it. Let's see. Take the quiz. Here it is. Okay. So I'm going to take the quiz. I'm going to put in my name. Let's see. Aaron Sanchez. Let's see. I'm going to put in your email address. Just kidding. Aaron at KMT. That's my email address. I don't mind giving that out. It's okay to email me. Sure. Why not? Start the quiz. Okay. Here's the quiz. The first symptom of Parkinson's is a tremor. True or false?
True.
Yeah, I'll make true. Incorrect. While a slight shaking in a finger, thumb, or hand is a sign of Parkinson's, other early signs include small handwriting, loss of smell, and trouble sleeping. Learn more about early warning signs of Parkinson's. Next question. All right, let's see. Which specialist should a person with Parkinson's regularly visit? Physical therapist, movement disorder specialist, occupational therapist, or all of the above?
Let me go with the second one.
When in doubt, always go with all the above, but we'll go with that. Movement disorder specialist. It's important to have all of these specialists in your care team. That's so, Jesse, 2 for 2. Hold on. Number 3, Parkinson's disease only affects senior citizens. True or false?
False.
Well, we know that now, right? So we'll go false, but you probably would have said true before, huh?
You don't know.
Yeah, it says, great job. Young onset Parkinson's occurs in people younger than age 50. Now we know, right? Affects about 4% of the 1 million people with PD in the United States. Visit parkinson.org/YOPD to learn more. Okay, how many people, here's the next question, are diagnosed with Parkinson's every year in the United States? 4,500, 20,000, 60,000, or 1 million? And if you were listening, I already gave you the clue.
Well, obviously, I wasn't paying attention.
Obviously.
Let's go with the second choice, because usually the middle choice is the right one.
Which one? 4,500, 20,000, 60,000, or 1 million?
Let's go with 20,000.
Man, you weren't listening. I said, all right, whatever. I said at the beginning and like in the middle. Incorrect. 60,000. There are actually 60,000 people newly diagnosed with Parkinson's every year. We have materials to help people who have just received a diagnosis of Parkinson's. Learn more at parkinson.org/newly diagnosed. Next question. Knowing if you have a genetic link or to Parkinson's can help tell if your children might develop the disease. True or false?
All right, I got a 50-50 chance here. True.
Correct. Ding, ding, ding. Knowing you have a genetic link to Parkinson's disease can help tell if your children might develop it as well. If you're interested in getting tested, PD Generation or Generation, Mapping the Future of Parkinson's Disease is a national initiative that offers genetic testing for clinically relevant Parkinson's-related genes and genetic counseling at no cost for people with Parkinson's. Learn more or enroll at parkinson.org, PD Generation or Generation, but I like how they do that. Okay, next question. How many veterans are living with Parkinson's in the United States? 13,000, 57,000, 110,000, 164,000. Jesse?
I'm going to go with 110,000.
Okay. Let's see. If the average number is 60,000, I would have done. All right. You sure you're going with that? Do you need a helpline? If there are 60,000 a year, then
let's go with the highest number.
No, but if there are 60,000 a year that are newly diagnosed, how many veterans are living with? Oh, okay, you're right. Let's go 110,000. Maybe I'm wrong because it doesn't say.
We don't know if they're all veterans.
You're right. It says how many are currently living with Parkinson's in the United States. Okay, see, I was doing wrong math at the wrong time. Okay, 110,000. We'll go with that one. Ding! Oh, you got it right. Oh, I was so wrong. I'm so dumb. Okay, the U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs. Wow, 110,000 veterans have Parkinson's disease. There are many resources available to veterans with Parkinson's. Learn more at parkinson.org/veterans. 7, Parkinson's only involves physical symptoms. True or false?
False.
Ding! That's right. Parkinson's disease is generally thought of as a disease that only involves movement, but in addition to motor symptoms such as slowness of movement, tremor, stiffness, and postural instability, most people develop other health problems related to Parkinson's. These symptoms are diverse and collectively known as non-motor symptoms. 8, which type of exercise helps with Parkinson's symptoms? Tai Chi, ooh, like that one, boxing, walking, or all of the above.
Now, I want to say Tai Chi, but I want to say all of the above, just because I learned from the last one.
Sure you don't want to pick boxing?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. All of the above.
Ding! Great job. All these exercises can help slow the progression of Parkinson's disease. Who knew, right? Boxing actually, moving and getting more movement is always good. What percent of Parkinson's cases are caused by genetics? I hope you guys are playing at home. See if you guys got the answers. 0%, 10%, 20%, or 45%. What percent?
Wow, those are some big numbers. I want to say, I want to say 40%.
40%? 45%?
40%.
Well, there's no 40%. 0%, 10%, 20%, or 45%?
Oh, 45%.
Make
No,
up
I'm going to say 20%.
You want to get helpline from the audience? Is it anybody? No. Okay, 20%, 45%. Commit to one, Jesse.
20. 20. That's
Incorrect. Scientists believe a combination of genetic and environmental factors are the cause of Parkinson's disease. 10% of Parkinson's cases have a genetic cause. Okay, last question. How many people with Parkinson's disease receive hospital care each year? 10,000, 80,000, 240,000, or 300,000?
Okay, say those numbers again.
10,000, 80,000, 240,000, or 300,000?
I'm going to go for 240,000. Final answer.
300,000 people with Parkinson's. I don't know how they rounded it up. I'm sure they rounded it up or rounded it down. I'm not sure. With Parkinson's experience a hospitalization every year for planned or unplanned reasons. Make sure you're prepared by getting your Aware in Care hospitalization kit right here. So I'm going there and it has all the information there. You could download a free printable resource, order the free Aware in Care packet as well. Has a wallet card, a nurse fact sheet, tear off pad, and medication form. Has all the stuff there. You can order a full Aware in Care kit free with on $8 shipping charge and much, much more. This is all good for somebody you know or love and or need some more information. So I want to say thank you to all of you for participating. Did you get the right answers? Did you get the wrong answers? I don't know, but we got to take a quick break. We'll be right back with more information right after this. Stay tuned.
Who is the Atua Man? Can you imagine exploring spiritual consciousness through an exotic action-adventure story? The Atua Man is masterfully illuminated in this self-discovery novel by John Stevenson. Dive into the page-turning epic hero's journey, weaving together high action with spiritual revelation. Join the Atua Man and his colorful cohorts as they travel through the majestic Hawaii, the hidden mysteries of Polynesia, and the intrigue, starting with the mysterious healing that breeds chaos in London. This journey guides us through the trials of living in the material world, arriving into enlightened consciousness, perhaps glimpse into the fabric of creation. How is the Atua Man affected by the global healing ministry surrounding him? How does he navigate the complexities of love, forgiveness, life and death, wealth and power? Find out in John Stevenson's TheAtuaMan.com, Apple Books, Amazon, Barnes & Noble.
Are you a self-published author that maybe underestimated the challenges of marketing your own book? I'm Suzanne Lynn, and we help authors sell more books through video interviews and radio advertising. You see, a professional video interview is really an author's secret weapon for marketing because it makes an emotional connection with your reader that can be posted to social media, YouTube, your book's landing page and website, your Amazon author page, and even sent to media to request interviews. We guarantee that video interview will be viewed by a minimum of 3,000 people in your target audience. And let's face it, no one can sell your book better than you speaking about it yourself. Plus, we can run commercials on our nationwide network of radio stations that targets your specific reading audience. Find out more at GiveMyBookWings.com. That's GiveMyBookWings.com. Again, GiveMyBookWings.com.
When it comes to health and well-being, cellular hydration is the key. You could say that hydration is the key to every wellness program. And structured water in its natural state, is the key to cellular hydration. Most of the water available to us has been processed for purity, safety, and convenience. But processing causes water to lose its natural hexagonal structure, with unfortunate effects for our bodies. Now you can take your personal hydration to a whole new level with the glassware that restructures water in just 3 minutes. Golden Ratio Products brings you these amazing water bottles, carafes, and drinking glasses which put the life back into the water you drink. Try it and you'll be amazed at the effects you feel in your body. Go to goldenratioproducts.com for the next phase of your water consciousness.
Welcome back. Yes, it is the morning show here on ABC News Radio, KMET, 1490 AM. We appreciate each and every one of you for tuning in on this edition of the morning show. Again, Parkinson's disease, very important information. Go to parkinsons.org. You'll get all the information there. Information I know. Do you feel smarter for having gone through that quiz, Jesse?
I do. All this little information, it gets stored up there. It might be a little bit jumbled at times, but I do retain some information.
Yeah, I think you did good. I think you did 50-50 on that. So you definitely beat me on a couple of those, I have to admit. Let's see. Maria says, life is awesome. Let's all live it well. Be good to others. Happy thoughts and good goals or past experiences all make us who we are today. She did say this. I thought it was interesting. No joke. I thought I had it at one time. It turns out it was too much coffee and an abusing partner. I would shake so much people would be telling me I'd get upset. Finally seen a doctor. He said it's other disorders, too much coffee, and an abuse partner. But she also did say, very good information on the site, easy to follow. My uncle has Parkinson's. He carries Greek worry beads in the hand that it affects most. He hates how people used to look at him from shaking. And yeah, I could tell you, I've experienced that with a couple people. And I said, I kind of called them out because they're starting to, and I said, what's going on there? And I remember mentioning it to one good friend, and he's like, no, I don't. And I says, yeah, you do. Look, and then he noticed, in between, he was starting to shake his head a bit. And I was like, but it's better to catch it early, get the information, and then don't be as cold-hearted as that lady. Can you believe the woman told her, don't cry about it and just get over it situation?
Yeah, I can't imagine someone doing something like that.
Yeah, so especially a trained professional, but there you go. Some people just don't. All I can say is probably that doctor had like 20 other patients, and maybe they were having a bad day and they didn't want to cry over their own thing. Sometimes they, transfer that information over, but you gotta be very delicate with that type of information. That's a lifelong situation, so you can't just throw it out there like, oh, don't worry about it, you'll be fine. So there you go. So go check it out. Very good foundation. If you want to donate and or be a cause for change, you can do so there as well. Maria says, in rare instances, Parkinson's-like symptoms can appear in children and teenagers. This form of the disorder is called juvenile Parkinsonism and is often associated with specific high PD risk genetic mutations. So they can, and in fact, be transferred from one person to another through genetics. Who knew? So there you go. Very important information. All right. Lots of news. Obviously, here's one that I thought was kind of interesting and, kind of is telling, Jesse. Ronnie Long, with his wife Ashley, was wrongly accused of rape in 1976. He's now fighting a North Carolina law that helps cap compensation for exonerated prisoners. Ronnie Long sat in jail in North Carolina for, get this, 44 years for a crime he never committed. Now he's planning to fight a law that says he is only owed $750,000. He was accused of raping a white woman in 1976. He's black. An all-white jury found him guilty of rape and burglary and sentenced him to life in prison. After maintaining his innocence, pursuing a lifetime of appeals and denied motions, he was released by a pardon from the governor in December of 2020, after the courts found Long had been wrongly convicted. Since his sentencing, a trickle of post-trial disclosures has unearthed a troubling and striking pattern of deliberate police suppression of material evidence. That's according to U.S. Fourth Circuit Court of Appeals Judge Stephanie Thacker. Due to his innocence, state law requires that Long, 65, be paid for the time he was kept in prison, $50,000 a year. However, the sum is capped at $750,000. In Long's case, it means he stopped getting paid after his 15th year in prison. While grateful that Mr. Long received that much in compensation, the amount is inadequate to compensate him after taking away more than 44 years of his liberty. That's according to Jamie Lau, Long's criminal attorney, from his prior case, saying to a news outlet. They said he was in a cage when both his parents died, when his son had birthdays, graduations. He lost everything for 44 years. He deserves more than he has received. Long told the outlet there he's hoping to fight the law and get what he deserves from a state that he believes intentionally put him in prison. He says, everything that transpired and put me behind bars was intentional. How is my case the same as someone who is exonerated with DNA? How can you say my life is only worth $750,000? There should never be a cap on a person's life. When asked if anyone is helping him fight the law, he said he wasn't going to name names, but there are several people who have reached out to him, but so far, no lawmakers. He said it's like baking a cake, and currently he's trying to get all of those ingredients together. He said, quote, it needs to be addressed because if it happens to me, it can happen to you. He says he's going to shake some trees out there to get what he deserves. He also said at least 2 men have been exonerated after more than 44 years of incarceration, which highlights the inadequacy of the compensation statute and that cap. And I have to say, there must be more out there, right, that are just maintaining their innocent, but these things need to be looked at. I mean, they say they don't have no more room. Let's look at some of those and rethink it. So the process is way too arduous and ridiculous. You gotta, I mean, come on, it's obvious, but there you go. I guess at least now he's innocent, but man, what a lot of time to have wasted in that. So all right, people, we have got to go. Make it a great day, whatever you do. Remember, visit parkinsons.org for more information and sustainable living through fashion. Yeah, Nordstrom's got it where it's going on. Bye-bye, everyone. All right, and social media. Let's see. Maria says, my ex kind of brother-in-law was accused of rape. He lost his job and freedom. Let's see. I don't know if that's 70 months, but still it turns out she lied because he gave her a ride and wouldn't give her money. And sometimes that actually happens. It's very true. You got to be careful. I'm not saying to all rape victims, but some women know this actually. Some actually use that as a thing and they don't realize how much harm that can do to a human being on the opposite side. Don't do that. That's number one. And number two, if you have been, make the necessary leap forward and report it, obviously. And because I know of ones that don't say anything, and then there are ones that do say something to an innocent man, and you're like, which is right, which is wrong, obviously. So don't make a false report. That's important. All right, people, make it a great day, whatever you do. Remember, life is worth living. We'll see you tomorrow. Same place, same channel. Bye-bye, everyone.